Okay, let's start. Anyway, we are 15 minutes late already. I'll keep it short. So web design, it's the basic stuff. Probably you guys might know about it. Oh, this is okay. Sorry for that. Now, I think you guys know about it, right? I mean, Kurian knows about it, how to install WordPress, and then Umang has an idea.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Yeah. So, but still, it's just like a reminder, or it's not a reminder, but we're just going over again. First step, if somebody when we get a contract, what we actually doing is like, first we are logging into WordPress. No, first we register the domain, then register the hosting, and then install the WordPress in the website, and then create the site name and all those kind of good stuff. So here, you guys gone through our domain? I mean, the registration thing on it?
The hosting metrics
Hosting
website.
metrics, yeah.
Yes, like I have a couple of questions regarding that. Like,
Yeah.
For example, we are buying reseller hosting and reseller domain, right? So, like, what company we are buying from? Because you asked me to look at that WHMCS.
No, I didn't hear your question. I in between you just got like muted or something.
Okay, so like like as in our last meeting we discussed, like I will look at the WHMCS stuff. So I just like watched one video regarding that, and as you mentioned, like everything is already set up, right? How much we are going to charge for the hosting and all the stuff. So like I had a question, like what domain and what hosting reseller company we are using to buy the hosting plan.
Okay, I'll just walk you through it, so that'll be easier in that way.
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna install.
I got your. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
In
So
between, somehow your voice is kind of breaking.
Okay. Is it good now? Is it audible now?
Yeah, it is audible, but it just goes off in between.
Okay.
The voice is too low, and then it goes up. Are you using any hand-free and shaking your head or something?
Yeah, like I'm using earbuds, so I think that might okay.
Yeah.
So like
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so like the purpose I asked that because like when we get a client, so we are going to install a WordPress from the client account, right? Not from the admin. Not from the admin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how we do it. Now, this is hosting metrics. This is our hosting website.
Yeah.
It's just like any other website, any other hosting website. Let's say GoDaddy or Bluehost or whatever. It's not just that it is not designed in that way. We are not like marketing this particular thing. This is just for our clients.
Yeah.
Wherein when we design some a website to somebody, then we tend to host their website and we register the domain for them. We can of course do the way other hosting companies does it.
Yeah.
But I didn't focus on that initially, so it's just the way it is now. This is the basic WHMCS front end. So the software here is WHMCS, what you're seeing right now.
Yeah.
So like any other website, if you want to register a domain, so let's say umang.ca, let's
Yeah.
say. So it will show you the match and what is available and unavailable. Then it will give you options for the other, extensions rather
Yeah.
than .ca and all those things. It's just the same thing which you would see in any other
Yeah.
registration website. Uh, right, what you see now. So it just shows that this is the price.
Okay.
And you add to cart, go to checkout, and there are options here with ID protection, email forwarding, and all those things. So these ones are free. We kept it free, like everybody gets it free. And ID protection we charge under $20 per year, in addition to whatever the domain. So client have the option, or we will ask the client if we are registering, then we check mark whatever the things we want to add it to the cart, and they will ask you for is it a corporation and all those kind of things. This is specifically because it is a .ca domain. So the domain with country extensions like .ca, .us, and all those things needs to have a separate agreements to go through it. So then you can register this as a Canadian citizen or corporation. You need to actually confirm it. In other domains, you don't. So that is just the difference. And it shows the name servers and all those things in here. And yeah, let's say it is the same way. $49.2. This is for the domain registration. It's just a streamlined process. There is no confusion about it. The prices are updated to the WHMCS. That's why it is going up.
Okay.
So all the domain prices and everything is real time updated with our
Okay.
registrar. So
Okay.
we do it with the reseller club. So reseller club is the one we actually registering this domain for us.
Okay.
So it is an automated process wherein it happens in the backend, and in the reseller club we have an account with money in it. So the money automatically goes from there
Okay.
once client paid it and the
Okay.
order is processed. So that is how it is. It's real time. The same thing.
Yeah.
Like you register the domain, you did everything. The same thing. Like within 5 minutes, they can. If you registered a hosting as well, they can create a website literally in 5 minutes. There.
Yeah.
So there is no delay in it.
Okay. So while we register the domain, that name server was populated automatically. So we don't have to change that name server, right? It is
No,
going to be remain
no.
same. Okay.
The name server will be the same. The only difference, we update the name server when actually you register a domain here and you have a hosting in some other company.
Okay.
So you put this name server, you copy this name server and actually put it there so that this domain points to that server.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only difference.
Yeah. So, but
If they
in
are
our
going
case,
with
we
the
don't.
same,
Yeah.
hmm?
In our case, we don't have to change it because like
No,
domain and
no, we
hosting
don't have to.
is in the same. Okay.
Yes. So everything will be set up. And the module will automatically work and set up the hosting and everything. Whoever registering, they will get the emails and everything with creating the account and all those kind of good stuff. It's just that they have to follow what is in the email, and they have to verify the who's. There is a who's domain verification. They will
Yeah.
get another email. They want to verify that.
Okay.
So for our customers, since if we have a customer and they are building a new website and they want this domain, and we will give them options if it is not available. If they go with any of whatever available, because if it is not available here, it is not available anywhere.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
that we don't have it. They
Yeah.
won't get it. So, and now once the registration is done, then the next thing is like, we did this, and of course, like, I'm not checking it out because it's
Yeah.
pointless.
Yeah.
And now you check it out and you go to the confirmation page, like you
Yeah.
bought this domain,
Yeah.
and there will be an upsell there where we will ask them to register a hosting because they
Okay.
bought a domain and they need a hosting anyway if they
Yeah.
don't have any other hosting, right? So
Yeah.
they can register a hosting there itself, or
Okay.
they can do the same way, come back to here and order hosting. You
Okay.
click on the order hosting, and we have options here: silver, gold, and platinum. These are different tiers. So all these prices and whatever available, how many emails and what is the storage space, and everything is set up in at WHMCs.
Yeah.
So WHMCS is the core content management system, I would say, for this, like WordPress in other websites.
Yeah.
So all the backend actions and billing and everything go through that. What we do is that we just connect our Stripe and PayPal to the WHMCS. That is already be done.
Already done.
When
Yes.
we
Okay.
set up the WHMCS, we connect it. Everything is already set up.
Yeah.
And the payment goes to, if they prefer to use PayPal as a payment option, the payment goes to the digital signature PayPal account, uh, or it goes to the bank account, our bank account, which is
Okay.
connected through Stripe. So Stripe is the
Let's
one we
try.
use for the
Yeah.
payment process.
Okay.
So now here there are like different options. If you could see, Silver is the very basic one, which actually hosts one website, and we do
Yeah.
have other hostings which we can do 5 websites, and uh, I think this was 10 websites, I guess. Or I think like I gave it like unlimited websites or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, unlimited subdomains, unlimited website, it says here.
Yeah.
So you can, if you have this plan, you can host unlimited websites,
Okay.
but the cPanel will be shared. That is the difference.
For all the website. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like, if they want to do a transfer, a migration, it won't be they won't be able to do a cPanel to cPanel migration in that case, because if you
Yeah.
have 5 websites in it, yeah, you can
So
always
so
try.
so all
Yeah.
the website will be host like pointing to the same public HTML folder, right? But different
Yes.
folders for each website.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So that is the way it is. Rarely people use it. Maybe like, I have a couple of clients who had like 2 or 3 websites. And nobody is going to have like 100 websites and it's like one
Yeah.
unlimited hosting. It's ridiculous. you know. So the emails and everything is unlimited in this, and there are I think like emails. If something is there, we probably need to update some of the packages in here. Specifically says how many emails they can create and all those kind of stuff. What I believe is the first one is 3 email IDs, the second one is 5, and the third one is unlimited email IDs. That's are the options. So here it's the same way. You go order now. So if you don't have a domain, you have the option to buy the domain also, or uh, you have the options down here, register a new domain. This is popping up because we just search for it, and it says like you already have a domain in the shopping cart. So do you want to use it? So that they will bill it all together, right? Now, register a new domain is another option. You can register a new domain with it, or transfer your domain. If you have any other domain in any other registrar, So you can transfer that domain right now with the hosting. So you order the hosting and the transfer process will be initiated too. So you can put that uh, domain name in here and do the transfer thing. And of course, you need to have a EPP code or all those kind of things if your domain is under log, because uh, most of the registrars log their domain for at least 6 months. That's a common practice because they don't want them to take out the domain and just run away from the registrar. So in that case, they will ask for a EPP code. Then you have to contact the customer service, or you have the option. You can log into your registrar's account and you can unlock the domain from there. That is another way to do it. Or I will use an existing domain and update my name servers. This is the common way, wherein let's say you have a domain with GoDaddy and you have a hosting here, and you are buying a hosting right now, and you have a domain in the GoDaddy. So what you're going to do is you put whatever the domain you have already you purchased with some other registrar. So you put the domain name here, and whatever the extension is, you put in here and use it. So you will create an hosting account. So the hosting account will be created, and then you will get an email saying that to update the name servers. So it clearly says to update my name servers. That means you need to log into GoDaddy or Bluehost or whoever the registrar is. You log in there, you go to domain settings, DNS settings, and then you update uh, our name server in there. You edit the DNS settings and copy www.hostingmetrics, whatever it is, 2 or 1 or something as you have seen. You don't have to remember all those things, so I don't literally know it. So you update it there. And once you update, there is a propagation time. So within that time, I think like it is few hours. Once the name server is pointed to particular uh, that particular name server is pointed to us. So it is the same name server with the domain registered, right? So it will connect. And there is a propagation time for it. Once it is done, it will be connected. Then you can start using that domain in our hosting. So you can create the website here. So this is how we do it. So the backend of the WHMCS is a different story altogether. You will get all these settings and things, and there are like hundreds of stuff in there. We don't use all of them. We just need a couple of them. So don't be overwhelmed with what you see in the backend, because most of the cases we don't need all of them. And you know, even like if you are good in searching, you will get a whole lot of YouTube videos explaining whatever the situation you are in at that point. If that happens, that never happens, hardly happens, I would say. So this is the story of how we register a domain, how we register a hosting. So it's the same process. I just wanted to, I mean, I know you guys know how to register a domain, how to order a hosting and all those things. I'm just showing it how it is done in our website. It is nothing different from any other hosting company or domain name registrar. It's the same. Everything is the same. Only there could be changes in the price. It again depends on how much we put in there. Um, yeah. So any questions?
No.
Okay. They close the words. Okay. So So whenever we are registering a new domain for our clients, like domain, I mean, the client have the ability, if it is registered in our account, like he will get his own username, password, and all those things. He can actually log into the backend and update the credit cards or whatever. It's not necessary to update the credit card, but if a credit card is updated, that is like a easy process for us and for them. They don't forget to renew it, and then but every time, if the email ID which is registered with us, if that email ID is checked or they are using that email ID, uh, they will get reminders. So the reminders are like, they will get a reminder 3 months before, 1 month before, then they will get a 15 days before reminder, a week before reminder. There are so many reminders about the renewal so that they don't miss it. It's an email, so it is an automated email. So it goes like saying that your domain is about to renew in so and so date. So renew it, kind of those kind of things. And even he get a email, the reminder email, a day before the renewal. It's like tomorrow is the renewal, then you will get an email. The last one is the day before, so that they don't, you know, they don't lose the account. I mean, they don't lose the account immediately. It's just that it will be suspended after 30 days. And then it'll be eventually terminated, but it takes like a few months. It again, I think I put it as like 3 months. So 3 months of non-payment, it will be a termination of the whole account. So so now the WordPress installation is again, you can go into the um, cPanel, and there is like a installation thing. You can install it. You can see that on the WordPress. I think I have shared a WordPress tutorial, right? Last
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
So the WordPress tutorial shows how to install WordPress in it and all those kind of things. Have a look at it. It's not a hard thing. It's just that you log into the cPanel, and then whichever the domain you want to, you can install WordPress on it.
Yeah.
I think probably the training which I'm going to share that covers all those optimization thing in it. I think there is a part where it shows the WordPress installation too. It takes like a couple of minutes. It's not
Yeah.
even like a long process. It's just easy stuff. So once it is installed and WordPress has done, then you go the basic stuff. Name the Even you have an option to name the site at the time of installation, or you can do it later too. Uh, so of the login and password and all those things when you install WordPress, I usually do like uh, I usually create a password with something similar to whoever the client it is. So if that client's first name with some extra characters, I just have a format. I put like,
Yeah.
at the rate in the beginning and one caps letter and then the name and then 1, 2, 3 in the last.
Yeah.
So so that like, why I'm doing it, because there will be so many clients,
Yeah.
and probably in the top of the mind you won't get it, which one what and all those things, if you use different passwords. So now if a client is like, let's say, Umang, you are the client, and then Kurian is another client, and Leah is another client. So we have three clients. So when I do the WordPress installation, if we had to do the WordPress installation, this is how we do it. If they can do it, then it's a different story. They do the WordPress installation and everything, and they just ask us to design the website, or they might already have a website. It's a redesigning. So those are another scenarios. Now, what I do is that, okay, your name is Uma. So this is your website. So what I do is like I put an at the rate of dollar sign or something in the beginning, and I make U, Umang U capital, and then the balance Umang. And I put 1, 2, 3 in the last. That's it. They can change it later.
Yeah.
Why I'm doing it is like, then Leah, I do the same thing. I put $sign or at the rate, then I put the L to the caps, then Leah, then 1, 2, 3. So this is how I do it, and then they have the option to change it later.
Yeah. So generally we don't keep our own login because like from starting we are like developing the sites, so we don't create our
When we are
own
developing
login.
the site, so whenever we are creating a site, the client has a login. The
Yeah.
the client has a login which we did, like whatever the way I told you,
Okay.
special characters and 1, 2, 3, whatever, that is client one. Once we log into that dashboard, we create another account
Okay.
using our login
Okay.
with our email. So that is the one we're going to use. We
Okay.
don't have to do anything with the client's
The
login.
client
So
login.
once
Okay.
it is done, that is yours. We ask them to change it.
Yeah.
So we are not using any of their logins.
Okay.
And then we have an administrator option in there. So we can log in from our, you know, with our login.
Okay.
And then we edit the website. We can create multiple logins. Like if I
Logins.
have a guy specifically to do the front end designing part of it, he will have a editor role, and he will have a login there. So he won't be able to do anything else. He will just edit the website. That's how we do it. And then common plugins we use for, like, we use an SEO plugin, then Elementor is our editor. Then we will have a form plugin if you don't have an Elementor Pro. If you have an Elementor Pro, we don't have to worry about anything else. If you don't have an Elementor Pro, it's a free version of Elementor we are using, then we will have these two another plugin so that we get the full functionality of the Pro. We can edit the same way. And always make the permalink, because we might be doing mostly business websites. I mean, there will be blogs too. Even the blogs also uses the static homepage now because of the designing aspect of it. Earlier in the days, blogs are just like the post which comes in the front page. It's not a static one. It keep on updating depending on how the new blog comes. So every new blog will be in the front, and then you click on the topic, and then you go to the post and you read it. That's how the blogs were back in the days. But now everybody go with the option of static website, wherein like everything is like a business website kind of thing. It shows different tabs and all those things, what to read and what is the highlighted thing and all those things. And they have a section for the post, which is actually named as blog. Actually, when you click on that, the blog will go to the post. That's how it is. So we make like domain name.com page. This is the uh, way we put it. We have another option to make it as like post. In that case, your homepage will be a blog. All of them will be blog post in the homepage. So now here, what we do is that in this way of doing things, we create a homepage. When we edit the website, we create a page, and we name it as home. And then we actually connect that as the front page. So that page shows up all the time when somebody type in this. You don't have to go the permalink or the whole thing. It's just the domain name, and then homepage will always be there. So those are the WordPress optimization things to it. Just a second. Okay, optimization. So after that, the coming things are basically like a on-page optimization. So I'll just go quickly. It was there, so I just put it here. Now, this is more into SEO aspect of it. It's just one of those aspects. So there is some examples and all those. So just don't worry about it right now. We'll cover all those things when we do the SEO part of it. Basically, when we create a website, we try to include as many keywords as possible to get the SEO advantage. So homepage title tags and all those things we optimize it. Probably if it is specifically there are two kinds of website. Not two, three, I would say. One is a basic business website, wherein the website is a representation of the current business. That is the whole story about it. The second one is a lead generation website. That website is particularly intended to generate leads. That is the whole purpose of it. That website won't look fancy. That will be optimized in a way that pops up everywhere. That is the whole intention of that website. If client wants something like hi-fi things and here and there, and they don't want like all these keywords showing up in there, it looks ugly kind of thing. So then we are doing a business website for them with a good layout, and then we'll optimize it, the technical SEO part to it, and then the external SEO optimization, like the key, the backlinks, and all those things. So if it is a lead generation website, the website is supposed to be generating leads. That is the sole purpose of the website. Then all these things comes. But it's an example of this is a rightkeysolutions.com. This is a company existing in Detroit. So the Detroit SEO company is a keyword. This keyword is like it's a as I told you, I think I told you last time when we were talking about the tendency for the people to name the business is a little different, wherein they always attach the place name or the community name or the location name, whatever it is, to their service so that it gets a SEO advantage. So the Detroit SEO company is the keyword which is attached to which this particular website is optimized for. This particular company is in Detroit and they do SEO mainly. So that's how they do it. So the homepage title is Detroit SEO Company, Digital Marketing Michigan, kind of things. It will look ugly on a professional business website, but if you do with the intention of doing a lead generation website, you do the things like this way. So now we use real-time photos, whatever the business has, with their logos and if it is a restaurant, their restaurant photos and their staff photos and their dishes and all those things, the real ones. Some companies doesn't have it or they don't bother to do it, and it could be a cute 3-page website or 4-page website. They just wanted a website. In that case, it's like we can get stock photos relevant to whatever it is, and you can use Canva to edit it to make it a little more personal so that it won't look just a stock photo, because you notice stock photos everywhere. Like it when you see a photo, this is a stock photo. It's not original one. So to add to that extra touch, you can use a Canva photo editing software and you can do stuff in there. So how many of you has experience with Canva? Have anybody used it before?
Yeah, I have used Canva. I have
Okay.
lifetime access from my digital marketing tools.
That's good. So yeah, Canva is one option.
What we
Then
do
we
for
have a
the logo?
software called.
I have a
Hmm?
question. What we do for
Hmm.
the logo? Like generally, the if the client
Logos
don't
we
have
can
their
create
own
it in
logo.
uh it depends. Sometimes like they might have a logo already and they still want to keep it and use it. Maybe they
Okay.
designed it professionally. Some businesses doesn't have a logo. Then we can always do a logo in Canva. There is an option to do a logo in Canva. And I mean, there are different ways to do it. You can pay somebody and get it done if they want
Okay.
like a more professional kind of logo, and that way also can be done. There are you can use Upwork or Fiverr. There are so many
Yeah.
good people in there. So this just understand this. Like we are going to run a business. That means we don't need to be an expert in every aspect of it. You need to know things, how it works. But you don't need all the skills. Like you don't need the skill of video editing, photo editing, and all those kind of things. You can always outsource those things. That is the efficient way to do things. Just focus on what you're expert in. What is your expert? If you're expert in marketing and getting clients, that is your job. That is the thing you do. All other things can be outsourced. And trying to learn all those things, and that's just mere waste of time. So here also, like we have few people, and now we need to know, like who is going to do what.
Yeah.
This is an overview of what I'm doing. So it is intended to for all of you to know like what is the nuts and bolts and moving things in this whole thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to be expert in each of it. And of course, if somebody is this is a website designing, whoever doing the website designing, they need to be an expert in it. And the coding part of it, if somebody is a coder, like we might not be using them all the time. Sometimes we may use, sometimes we don't. So in that case, they can focus their attention to some other aspect of the business which actually resonate with them. Some people probably won't be outgoing. They're more like an introvert, reserved kind of thing. So they can do the back end aspect of it, like managing the social medias and creating post on Canva, editing videos, and all those kind of things. There is always an option to outsource whatever you cannot do. There are people who is willing to work. So don't stress too much about it. Oh, I can't do this, or if you can't do that, there is an option to it, as long as the client is paying us. Okay. So Elementor is the plugin. Then we use Doodly for a little bit. Anybody knows about Doodly? It's a Doodle software. You know the whiteboard softwares, wherein like okay, I think Doodly. So we have a lifetime access to it. All these things we got it some time back. I think like 2019 or 2020 or uh, okay. So these videos like explainer videos kind of things. Let's see this. This software is actually you download it in your system and then we have access through our password login. So now you edit This is like a doodle video. You probably see the explainer videos on YouTube, where like somebody narrates something and then you see this thing drawing on the board.
Yeah,
You
I have
understand what
seen.
I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that is the same concept. So this is the software to do those kind of things. Probably you may not be understanding it properly until and unless you get a proper training to it. So I'm just throwing it there, like there is something like this. And yeah, I will give you access to this course. This is a WordPress crafter. It's WP crafter. So this is a logged content. So there will be a Elementor tutorial. He shows like how to do the color palettes and all those kind of things. Then the editing part of it and all those things. The WordPress security is another video. So now this is another one I would like all of you to do is just don't use your personal emails. Just create a new email with your name or something, whatever you like. So uh, it's not that like it needs to be a business related name. No, you don't need to be a business related name. It's just that you use that email only for the business aspect of it, wherein we use it for just to log into any other logins you give, like you give one. If it is a WordPress login we are creating, so it will be attached to that email. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then if you have any separate accounts in any of our main account, like you can have add staff and all those kind of stuff. Let's say like you use it for Asana, right? So
Yeah.
it won't mix up with your personal emails. So when you open that email, you know that, okay, this is for work. You don't have to do anything with the personal stuff in there. So create an email, all of you, and send that email to me. And for the access of this, I will give you the logins later. That'll be the digital signature email ID, and then there is a password. That's all it is. And you have to go there. So I will share this so that you know. Or else it's the same way I said. The password, you can guess my passwords now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You always have to change it. I'm just keeping it because we need to know. Everybody can log into the company account and see. Most of the passwords are related to this.
Yeah.
Sometimes there will be a slight change, but more or less the same. But once we started doing stuff, we don't keep it this way. This is just for now. Okay. All right. So now I always goes there. What was next? Okay, Dodely, you need to download it and do all those things. So we will keep it for some other time. And I will find a training video for you. There is a training video in the members area. You can always use that too. But still, there will be better videos on YouTube. So the Doodly members area looks like this. So you go here, you download the thing for Windows, whatever, or Mac, or whatever it is. Doodly training tutorials are here, there are so many. then you use our email ID and password to log it. I mean, actually activate it in your system. That's what you do. This is the SEO dashboard looks like. I'm not SEO, the training dashboard look like for WP Crafter. So these are the 3 courses. Elementor Essentials, WordPress Optimization, and WordPress Security Essentials. So just go through these 3 once I give you the login details. So how many of you have actually watched the last video, the link I shared with you for, what was that, Elementor? I gave you the
No,
link for.
you sent a link for WordPress, right?
Yeah, WordPress. Sorry, not Elementor,
Yeah.
WordPress.
Yeah.
It's about the
So
SEO and
that.
it's about the
No,
SEO rise up login link. There was a link shared.
no. Yeah, I know that the rise up thing. I know, but I sent you a link for the WordPress tutorial. That's what I was referring to.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Okay. So those ones are like, you can, when you have a doubt, you can always go back and refer to that thing. That's why I specifically share a video. So just bookmark it or save it in your playlist or just let it be there somewhere so that you can refer back to it. Especially if you are not familiar with WordPress. So I think Monk and Kudian probably would be in a better place. I don't know about Leah. Have you done anything with WordPress or have you any experience like?
Yes, I have started creating one website using WordPress.
Oh, so you know the backend. You've seen that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's just that. So all of you knows about it. So it's not a big thing once you just go through the training or whatever the optimization part of it, and it'll be easier for you. And now, so what did I do with this? Okay. Here, this is a lead generation website. This is an example for a lead generation website. This is a tree service company, and the main intention of this website is just to get leads from Google. So this website is optimized for that. There are tabs and all those things, but you still can see this phone number here, and if you read through it, it will be like a keyword stuff thing. All related keywords and semantic keywords and everything is here. With a map here, this is the actual SEO on-page optimization, hardcore, I would say. So if you go to the inner pages also, that'll probably look the same way. It's not a beautiful website. The only purpose of this website is to generate leads, show up in Google. That's all. That was the second kind of thing which I was talking about. So now we use Pandadoc for the agreements and all those kind of things. So I'll show you a couple of them, how we are doing it. So now we will go specifically to the website designing. So website development agreement. This is how we actually do an agreement. The proposal is different and the agreement is a little different. Agreement is that we decided on the price and everything. It is just an agreement for both of us to sign. So this is one we done for a liquor store called Beer Liquor. It's in Calgary. So it's just a copy of what it is. This is an e-commerce website. It's a custom package. Website development package is $2,000 plus tax. So these things are already been agreed. So first we give a proposal and we had a negotiation. Then we came on that, and then we go with this. So Shopify or WordPress at that point of time, we haven't actually. The customer still was in a little confusion, so we didn't decided which one to go with. That's why it's not specifically there, but we ended up going with Shopify. Then the scope of work. This is how we specifically say what we do. In the scope of work, we outline what we promise them, so that there is no confusion later. It is, I would say, giving a proper expectation to the client. This is what we are doing. No more than that, and nothing less than that. So we do the logo design, we do the business card, content for the website. Then it specifically says how many products we're going to list in there. So that'll be 600 products. Flyer design, all those things. So these things are actually the business card, and these things are actually the easy part. So we just throw it in there so that they feel they're getting more. So annual maintenance package and all those things, like, it's there is an annual maintenance package if the client wants to do it later on a later stage. And this is our payment terms, how we get paid. And the contract says this. This is the final contract on it. Provide the client with a full functional or customized e-commerce website. And these are the terms and conditions, and the agreement shall be governed by laws of Canada and all those good stuff, and acceptance, witness thereof, and what the signature. That's how an agreement looks like. So I will share all those things, but I just wanted to show you this is how it looks like. So you guys have any questions?
Do we use a, table of content plugin in WP WordPress? Actually, I use that for SEO, so I don't know.
Yes, you can use that. See, the SEO aspect of it is, I don't know how you are taught to do it. The way we do SEO is majorly focusing on the Google My Business and a Google search. It's a local SEO optimization. Because most of the business, or whatever the business we get, whoever our clients are, mostly those are local businesses. So they are not looking for a national level of SEO exposure to it. They want to be in the local ranking. So if it is in Calgary, they want it in Calgary and the nearby areas. Or if they are in Edmonton, then they'll be confined to those areas. Especially, and even like, if you go to a clinic, again, it will be narrowed down to that specific community. If this Skyview is a place, the place I live is called Skyview. So there is a Skyview Dental here, or a Skyview Medical Clinic here. So they are more into the community business in here. And those are huge. So, it's not a whole Calgary exposure they are looking for, but they are looking for an exposure within Skyview area and the nearby areas. So Google Map, GMB optimization, and all those kind of things, we will come back to that when it is the SEO aspect of the training. But for now, this is the general overview of web designing. So what we will do now, we will just go, even though you have an element of training and all those things in there, you need to probably do it yourself to actually know how it is and get the feel of it, right?
Yes.
So we will create some logins, and I will send you all the logins once you send me the Gmail IDs you created for the business, and then you guys can actually watch the training first, and then rewatch it with your editor on, so that you can do the things simultaneously. First, when you watch it, you will get an idea what all these things are there, how it is done, and all those things. And the second time when you watch it, you actually do it. And then you create a page or something, and create a page, put your name to the page, and then create some kind of a design. Or maybe we will come up with an idea, okay, create this kind of a home page. Right? One page is enough for a home page. So with your name, just create a homepage with whatever the creativity or whatever the aspect you have, apart from the technical stuff. So you can use whichever way it is. And then once you're done that, we will have a look at it and we'll go from there. Or you can even share some of the websites you have created, especially if Kurian has created a website, share a link. Umang has a website, or Leah has a website. Just share a link so that I know.
Actually, I created a website for my business, father's business, and
share those links, whatever you created, whatever you have done, something with it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just closing this. Do you have any question about the hosting metrics, like the hosting part of it? Because I just gone very fast with it, because I just wanted to show you how you register a domain and sign up for a hosting account. Let's say you one of your client come and say, okay, I want to register this domain and hosting account and create a website. So in a proper way, you can either ask them to do it, give them the hosting metrics domain name, or you can do it yourself. It won't take long time. So it's better like that's how I used to do it. Like I create all those things and I just so that he doesn't have to bother about it. And I gave the logins to them. Then they can change the login. So this is how you do it. Okay, so I just opened this. So this is a Malayali cultural organization website. I think I have shown you last time. So I will just go through the basic why I'm opening this website, because this has had an Elementor Pro before, and now we don't have an Elementor Pro, so we are using just the Elementor and with Fluent Forms. and there is another plugin which is header and footer. So the plugins comes in this area. So if you want, I can just do a walkthrough. Probably it's just like how it looks like. So hopefully you all know about it. So here we have a PayPal events plugin for the payment processing. They have events and we sell events for the tickets online. Then Fluent Form for the all forms, whatever we have, because in this there is a membership. So there is an yearly membership for this organization. So that is sold online. So this is the membership form. And you can actually, for Malayalam school, which is actually run by the organization, there is a student application form for it. So yeah, I'll just open that and show you how it looks like. Choose location and date of birth, fathers. Now you can make complex forms and you can make simple forms. This is kind of a decent form with so many things to enter. And if you go back, you can make contact form. It's like a contact us page. There is a form wherein they can put their email subject and send a message, whatever it is. It comes to the admin email of this website. That is the whole aspect of having a form in there. Until and unless you need it for like something like a membership and all those stuff. So Fluent Forms helps in that. Then we have pages here, and the post comes here. Posts are basically the blogs, or yeah, you can create post and you can have a section called blogs, and all your blogs or post comes under that. That is more of a content marketing. We will come to that later, so let's not talk about the marketing part of it. So PayPal events plugin, which is used for their events. So here the events are family membership and all those kind of stuff. So if you go to the events, you can see what events we have. Christmas and New Year 2022 Kerala night. So there are a few. There are 3 pages to it. So you can see family membership fee, Kerala night, and each year and each event I create a new event, and all of the emails and tickets and everything, the client whoever buying it, they get a copy, and we get a notification that so and so purchased it, so we can actually track those things. So these are the ones people purchased it. So you can see, yeah, these are now, it's like this year, all of these. So now we have an Elementor plugin. So Elementor plugin is simple. Once you actually install the plugin, these are basic things. You will get all those things in the training, so just don't worry about it. What I'll show you here is how the editor works. So anybody used Elementor? Couldn't used Elementor before?
I have used Elementor.
You have used it, so you have an idea.
Yeah. Actually, I told you about a website I created earlier, right? So for that, I used
was
Elementor.
that a WordPress? I thought like that was a Wix.
Yeah.
Last time.
No. I created in Wix and also in WordPress. I
Okay.
use the InstaWP, and I actually optimized it and created blog post and all.
Okay. So yeah, for others, so you know it. For others, let's just go through how the editor interface and all those things look like. Now, we'll go to the home page. I'm not going to do any major editing in here, but I'm showing you because this is a running website. Here, there is an option always. If the page is created with Elementor, there will be an option called Edit with Elementor when you hover over here. So you can, what I usually do is that I open a new tab. And the Elementor loads in. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, it depends. Sometimes Elementor has some loading issues and all those things. So there are some solutions to it too. But in general, it's a decent plugin to use, especially Pro. You have the only thing is that this is a little bit pricey, the Pro version of it, and earlier it was. Now they're charging more. So this is the home page. Oh, let me close it. So basically, in every website, the website is divided into sections. So there'll be like a hero banner here and all those kind of things. I mean, you can tweak the website whichever way you want to do it. There is no so and so structure to it, even though we say like, this first portion of the website should have these things and it should convey the message to the clients and all those kind of things. That is a different story, but I'm talking in the designing perspective. So you can have you can juggle around these sessions, like you can put it anywhere. So the editor has, so when you click on this, like everything highlights. If you see, everything has an edit button to it. And this is the editor portion, wherein you can change the layouts and, there are some advanced settings wherein like you can add the paddings and margins and all those things that adjust the height and the width and all those things of each of this. I mean, you can do it for each of these portions. This is a whole big section, and these are the tiny sections inside this. So if you close this, like, you are actually deleting it. It says delete the section, right? That means that everything in this section will go. This is the primary section, and these are the part of it inside. In that way, you can even delete the individual sections also. So if you want to have something else here, you can always delete it. And these sections have, like, if you highlight the section and go to the layout, first one you could see, like, what kind of, there are options. It can be a full width or a boxed. Full width sections will be stretched a little more. If you see in a bigger screen, that will be stretched all over to the screen. You can adjust the width and everything depending on how you see in the screen. So it's a visual editor, wherein you do the editing here and at the same time you see what happens here in real time. It's not like a old way coding wherein you code the thing and then you see it and, oh, okay, then you need to change this, then you go back and code it again. So this is more like a visual editor. So when it comes to the style aspect of it, so this particular video is a YouTube video. It's mostly, it was a tourism video. It's like a very old video. So we connected that video link to here so that it auto-populates when the website loads up. And we can always adjust the start time and end time and, like, what is the duration of the video you wanted. So start time means from where the video starts, from what point, and what is the end time. So your video will play the time in between. This is in seconds, by the way. So 48 seconds. So that means the YouTube video starts 48 seconds. From the 48th second to the 130th second. That is what you see here. So you have the options to, pause on mobile and those things. You can do background overlays and all those things. So those are the visual things you actually learn by doing it. Background overlays are something like, you can create an overlay for this particular section, either with an image or with something. That means that will be overlaid on top of it. Or you can just overlay with the color. So that also can be done. So you can have borders on it, and shape dividers are like, in the shape dividers, there are so many options wherein, so there is a drop down menu here. So all these are the shape dividers, which actually can be applied to this thing, wherein that particular section won't look like a rectangular. There'll be like a curves and wavy things and all those things. So let's say zigzag. See that? Top. So you can choose the top or bottom. And you can do that. Okay, let's say it's bottom. Top, I'm putting it back to none. Bottom, let's say mountains. See? So those things can be edited too. So it's just example of what all things we can go, and there are many things in there. And you have the option to duplicate it and all those things. So let's say like this is the title here, and you want to have another one down, or let's say this particular thing, you want another line downstairs, like down to this particular thing. So what you do is that you can actually have the option to duplicate it. So you duplicate it to see it duplicates down here, and you can edit it and put the link or whatever you want it to do it in there. So once you have a layout, it's easy to edit. It's just that creating that particular layout is the creative part of it. After that, editing is mostly, it's easy. It's that our thing comes in here. So everything can be edited like that. So here, if you want another button, you can duplicate that button here. And if you want to duplicate the whole section, if you see this section, or let's come to this, elections 2022. So you want to add in the same layout some other content, let's say something else, some other elections, let's say. So what you can do is that you can just duplicate it here. So when you duplicate it, that section pops up here down. Then you can edit it. So you don't change any layout because you want the same layout here. That's how you duplicate it. Or if you want to use this particular section in any other place down, so what you do is that you can just copy that section there. The whole section, you can copy it from here. And then once you copy it, you go there wherever you want to put it. So you paste it there. See. And you have the options to hide sections. So these are actually the sections which we created earlier. These are hidden. That's why it is not actually populating. So membership and all those kind of things. So this is how the editor looks like. It's not very complex, but there is a little learning curve to it if you are very new to it. So probably those, I want you to go through those elemental videos and see and actually digest how it is done, the way they are doing it, and then do it once. Just don't bother about how it is done, like how it looks like at the end. It's just that you need that hands-on experience wherein, okay, that actually gives you more confidence. Then later on, like, 2, 3 websites you created, that'll be like, creating a website, just maybe in a couple of hours, you create a website. Okay, any questions? So you guys are good with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So do one thing, create the email and send to me. Then we will create we had a small issue with the website because we had a Elementor Pro plugin installed in the digital signature website, and it has creating some issues. So there is a login issue. So that'll be solved today. So once that is solved, and you guys send me your emails, we will create a login for the digital signature or company website and create pages on it, and then yeah, do 1 or 2 pages depending on whatever the creativity says and how it is. Or maybe you can copy another website, just look at some other website and try to recreate that page in this particular website. Okay. Any questions? So anything you want to know from me? Like, I'm just going through this fast because of the training. Those are the detailed trainings, which actually it's a hands-on thing. It shows each element of it. So I don't have to do it. If you want more, you can ask me always. I'm not a super expert in creating websites, but I do a decent job. Then if you have any other questions, just ask me. If anything related, you want something more, you need to know something more or something. Do you think something is missing or something should be explained more or
So like if some elements are not exist in a basic plan, for example, maybe gallery, image gallery or something.
yeah.
So do you know like what kind
So
of plugins we can use instead of that?
yes. So image gallery, the gallery plugin, I mean, I think the Elementor free version can use a gallery. There is an
Okay.
option because Malayalam school still has a gallery in it. If not, there are gallery plugins which you can actually use. In WordPress, you get most of the things. It's just that you have to look for it and look for the reviews and from the people who already used it. And header and footer. This is a custom-made footer. It's not an Elementor footer. We used to have Elementor footer once the subscription canceled. It just stopped working, right? So we created another one. It's in most cases the same thing. There is not a lot of difference in it. So if you go to plug in here, sorry, my daughter is crying. She was sleeping. I think something going on there. So header and footer builder. This is actually for Elementor. So it integrates with Elementor. So it's a little more easier to do this. Hope that makes sense. And event elements, and it got a few good templates in it. That's why I installed it. So there are options to get Elementor templates. Even there are people who selling it and creating and selling it and all those things. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to know? Okay. So we'll do like that. Send me your emails and then we will create logins and let's say you do 1 or 2 page and then we'll go through it and then we can see where you want to improve. If you have, I mean, there will be improvement always. So
Yeah.
some people will be good in a creative aspect, so they do a better job. It's just on focus on that creative aspect of it. The whole exercise, the intention is to get used to the plugin and how to use it and how comfortable you're using it. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm not taking too much of your time again. I think like we are 1.5 hours now. So let's stop it here and we will do another session probably in the coming week. I'll try to do it this week, but let's say how fast you go through the things and, then we will do another session and we'll just review and see where the things are, how you can improve. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. Sounds
good.
good.
All right. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, just write it on the WhatsApp and, I might not reply immediately, but I'll catch up to it like, within the day. Okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. Thank you. And good morning there and good night here.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.